The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Behind! 180! Check 56. Hey, we gotta get this stop here, D. Here we go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good job, D.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Good route here.
On play action, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 71 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Hey, gun.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, here's Breida. And some space here. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go. 180. Check right 54. Right 54. Here we go. Here we go. 21. Cut.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Nifty move. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down.
Here we go.
They get him to the ground at the 26. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One, Omaha.
They'll run it with Coleman. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
On 2nd and a yard, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Watch the slant. 36.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman taking it in as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Hey, flicker. Shit. He's coming. We got double up. Wide. Check three. Through. One second.
On 1st down, Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, Ringo, 48. Let's go. Check safety, check safety. Watch the hey, Steamer. Check. Lucky. Throw.
Now Cook running right. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the play fake, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Break the horse.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Left 50. Check 26. Hey, flipper.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Let's go! The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I got this. 21.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, baby.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Mike, 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here. First.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Bring the hunt. What it is? Bingo.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run. Cook. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 8. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here we go, here we
An
go.
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the run, man.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
11.
It's a gain of 20.
21. Bravo.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
65.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, 49ers.
Here we go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now it's Breida. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 21.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go, here we go. 13.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Here we go.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. First and goal, they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch 57's the mic. Watch 57. All day, punt.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Wide. Get wide. Hey, 382, hey, 50. I'm trying to collect. 2. 57. Mike, 57. Gun.
Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 52 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
2. Leave it. Bring up 48. Gun.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Squeeze, double. Hey, watch this. 6.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Garoppolo. That is going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 30.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's Coleman here. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get him with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. There's Garoppolo to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Switch gears. Lock! Hey, Haywood! Corey's the mark. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
56. Rhino. Joker, wake your Omaha. Rhino. Check.
Throwing here, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check 52. Check 13. Check 13. Safe. Check. Wide. Check. Gun. Watch the slant. Motion.
Cousins now from the 50. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Gun.
Here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Safety's creeping.
Now Cousins on fourth down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But it
and, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
You don't want problems. You don't frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just